Today I'm talking about what I just wrote inside my journal. I wrote about okay. Um, I'm put on a shirt. Today I'm talking about what I wrote inside my journal, which is basically that we need to, as human beings. Oh, fuck. I hate when my hair is wet and then like the hair touches like when like I put on a shirt. I hate putting on a shirt or something when my hair is wet because whenever like my hair is wet, um, and I put on a shirt, the shirt like moves my hair down and it makes the wet hair touch my face, and I don't like when the wet hair touches my face, but it feels uncomfortable. Okay, my fault. This intro's forever. Point I'm trying to make is that I think as people, it is important. It is our duty to find meaning in our lives, to find our purpose. That is something that I found out recently, or like not too recent, but this year is what is the meaning of life? I found that the meaning of life is to give our life meaning. How do you do that? Well, that's up to you. Find what it is that you want from your life. I right now just wrote about the things that I wanted. I wrote about what I want right now in my life, what I want within the next year in my life, what I want within the next 5 years. And then whenever 5 years hits, I'm gonna probably write again. What is it that I want right now in my life? What is it that I want within the next year? And what is it that I want within the next 5 years? And I think that's the important question to ask ourselves is what is it that we are sailing towards? As I find that life is just like a big ocean and we're the sailors, right? And some people they just float. They're just simply there. And that's okay, I'm not here to criticize that. I'm just saying that life becomes a lot more meaningful, a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? Life becomes a lot more what's the word? I guess meaningful. Meaningful is an okay word to describe it. Because meaningful gives us, meaning, it gives us purpose, it gives us reason, and I think as human beings, we often strive for challenge in life. We strive, or we like challenge in a way. I know, especially girls, like girls have like this psychology in their mind that's like, oh, this guy has other girls that want him. Well, now I want him because these other girls want him. That's just something I realized. But point is, like, it doesn't even just extend to just girls. Like, we all have like this competitive nature about us that we want a challenge in life. We want something to overcome because that's what makes us feel good. Um, so it's important to ask ourselves those questions of what is it that we want in life. And so I wrote in my journal, I wrote everything that I wanted in my life. Everything that I want right now, everything that I want within the next year, everything that I want within the next 5 years. And those three questions, I answered them. And at the very end, I said, okay, now I need to let go of one. And that's the wisdom, that's the wise part that I learned, is figure out what you're aiming for. As like I said, we're sailors on this ocean of life. And it's our duty to understand what is it that we're chasing. So I figured out what is it that I wanted. And then now it's my duty to let go. I find it's there's some like psychology about it. There's something in the world, in the universe, God, like something extraordinary about it. But whenever you just let go, you free yourself of all the stress that you could potentially feel after for chasing this thing. But whenever you just let go and you just let the actions, you just let your wants for the thing, just go. Somehow, by knowing that these things are kind of yours in a way, like I wrote at the end, like these things are already mine. Now I let go. Because as a person who owns all these things that I want, I have completed all my goals in my life. In my life. For everything that I want within the next 5 years, the next year, everything that I want right now, it's all mine. It already is, and you gotta understand that those things are already ours. Time is irrelevant, you know. It's like that Miles Morales, Einstein shit. You know, it's like time is irrelevant. Everything that will happen has already happened. Everything that has happened in the past has, I don't know. Time is irrelevant. Irrelevant. So whenever you truly do view it that way, in the sense of like everything that I already want in the future is already mine. It's just a matter of time. Whenever you start living with that mindset, you stop forcing yourself to want these things. You stop feeling the desire to want these things. It's like whenever you have a poor man and a wise man, is what separates them. Is that a poor man thinks, let me take care of this pencil because it's the only pencil I got. You know, and this dude's all like scarceful. Versus the wise man is like, it's just a pencil. He doesn't really look at it. He doesn't really think much of it. He just lets go of the idea of anything special about this pencil because he knows it's already his. But for a poor man, he's thinking, man, I don't got a lot of these, so I gotta take care of this one. You know, and he's kind of like feeling this deep attachment to this pencil. So whenever you everything else in life, and like this pencil, in the mind of a wise person, in the mind of a wealthy person, you don't think much of it because it's already yours. You don't feel no attachment towards the outcome or the idea of anything. It just simply is. And then whenever you let go and you start thinking like that, you start gaining everything. Before you know it, you got a whole bunch of pencils. Why does it matter? But whenever you start becoming so attached to this pencil, the idea of it being gone, you start thinking too much about it. You start giving yourself extra stress and anxiety all over this pencil because you feel so scarceful about it. But whenever you live in abundance and you let go, you don't feel the need to want it. You don't feel the need to chase it. It's there, you know. And I think that's the same way we gotta view our goals. Like it's important for us to understand what it is that we want, and it's important for us to be able to acknowledge that, like, this is what I want for my life, this is what I am striving to be, but also letting go of deep attachment to it. And I promise you, it'll work out. As a matter of fact, I'm recording this now because it's gonna be proof that my theory is correct. Either that or I just die. I don't know. But so we'll see what happens. Have faith. Keep. Don't be attached to anything. I'll tell you that much. If there's anything you get from this video, don't be attached to the pencil.